హలో ఎవ్రీవన్, వెల్కమ్ టు రైన్బో టీవీ. దిస్ ఇస్ రేణు. ఈరోజు మనతో పాటు లైఫ్ డాక్టర్ యాదవ్ గారు ఉన్నారు. మరొక ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ టాపిక్తో ఈరోజు నేను వచ్చేసాను. లెట్ us talk to him. Hello sir, hi.
Hi.
How
Hi,
are you?
Renu garu. How are you? I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm also good, sir.
Yeah.
So happy to see you again.
I'm also happy to meet you again.
Yeah, and ఈ రోజు నేను చాలా ఎక్సైటెడ్గా ఉన్నాను, ఎందుకంటే నేను నాకు తెలియంది తెలుసుకోవాలని అనుకుంటున్నాను.
Okay.
టు మోర్ ఇంటూ ఇట్, డీపర్ ఇంటూ ఇట్, టు గెయిన్ సమ్ నాలెడ్జ్.
Yeah, let us like explore.
సో దేనికని అడగరు, ఏం తెలుసుకోవాలి
దేనికండి, ఏ టాపిక్?
అంటే మీకు అర్థమయ్యే ఉంటుంది, రీసెంట్ గా లైక్ ఎప్పుడు అది ట్రెండింగ్ టాపిక్ లానే ఉంటుంది. సో అబౌట్ డ్రగ్స్. హౌ డు యూ డిఫైన్ డ్రగ్స్, సార్?
Drugs అంటే you need to go into the again roots of the subject.
ఓకే.
Drugs have been used right from the times immemorial, right for the last 5,000 years.
Yeah.
The roots have been in the Rigvedic period. According to history, it is around 5,000 years back.
Okay.
It is already mentioned in Rigveda or in Atharvaveda about the use of psychedelic substances or psychotropic substances.
Okay.
Psychotropic in the sense they will change your psychology for the time being.
Okay.
There also it is mentioned, and it has been used by the religious people, the so-called religious people also. For a long time. It is not something new. Now we are becoming aware of this abuse of drugs or narcotic substances just because of the social media or these TV channels. They have been in use.
Okay.
And prohibition is there, but still they are in use.
ఓకే. సో అంటే ఒక డ్రగ్స్ ఇన్వెంట్ చేశారు అంటే దానివల్ల యూస్ కూడా ఉంటుంది ఎంతో కొంత. సో దాన్ని ఏమన్నా ఇన్ నెగటివ్ వేలో యూస్ చేస్తున్నారా? అసలు ఉపయోగపడే అంశాలు ఏమన్నా ఉంటాయా అలాంటి డ్రగ్స్ వల్ల?
Last time we
ఎక్సైటింగ్ ప్లెజెంట్ ఫీలింగ్స్ ఇచ్చే డ్రగ్స్.
Last time we discuss చేసినప్పుడు, if you remember, I told you one thing. There is some sort of use for any substance that is seen in the nature. ప్రతి దానికి ఒక యూజ్ ఉంటుంది. నేను ఒకసారి గూగుల్ చేశాను, ఎక్సెప్ట్ ఫర్ మస్కిటోస్. Google also cannot answer what is the benefit of mosquitoes. Other than that, there is use for everything. In fact, these drugs were discovered only to give sedation to the patients whenever a surgery has to be taken up or the patient has to undergo a surgery. So then side effects అనేవి తర్వాత తెలిసాయి. People came to know about the side effects later. But the discovery is for a better use only. During the surgery, he has to be given sedation like morphine injection. At least he will be unconscious for 4 hours so that major surgery can be performed easily. That is the main cause. For all these substances like cocaine or mandrax or heroin, all these are only meant for medical use. But whenever the patient is a bit awake, he sees the change in himself, the chemistry, the change in the chemistry of the body and the brain. And he feels so much excited and elated and ebullient that he will never see it in the real life.
Okay.
And after the surgery is over, he wants to have that experience again. That is where this abuse of drugs has come into the picture. Otherwise, they are discovered only for medicinal use.
Okay.
And later on, when the doctors or the scientists or the experts have come to find that there are many negative side effects or after effects, that the people are getting hooked up or addicted, they started to ban these substances and find an alternative to give sedation to the patients for undergoing major surgery. In fact, there is use with every substance that has been produced, which is a psychotropic substance or a narcotic or a drug. In chemistry, they are called alkaloids. There is a big topic on alkaloids for everyone who goes for organic chemistry in post-graduation or doctoral research. There are some substances like colchicine, then this morphine, then this heroin, then this strychnine is there. It is called the truth drug.
Okay.
So even these investigative people, CBI,
అంటే నిజం చెప్తారా?
truth drug. Whatever that is there in the mind, it will come out.
Okay.
So unofficially during investigation, even the CBI people use this strychnine. They will give it a minute dose to the person who is imprisoned.
కొన్ని సినిమాల్లో కూడా చూస్తున్నారు.
చూపిస్తారు. So like a lie detector, he will tell all the facts.
Okay.
Whatever that have happened during a murder or a crime or a rape, he will tell everything, taking those clues, because this will not stand as evidence in the court of law.
Okay.
Court will say that under the influence of drugs he has spoken that, which is not valid evidence.
Okay, which is not valid.
Not valid. So, but these police people are the
But to know.
investigative
Okay.
people who are taking investigation, whether it's CIA in America or CBI in India. They will use it so that the criminal will come out with the facts. They will take all the clues and then arrest the remaining people.
Okay.
These remaining people will be the corroborative evidence for the crime.
Okay.
Then this use of strychnine, which is a truth drug, cannot be produced in the court of law as an evidence.
Okay.
So that is a better use. You are able to find out the criminals who have done the job collectively.
First criminal ideology తెలుసుకుంటే ఆ proofs evidence అనేవి
Correct
automatically find
sources,
out
where are the sources, how they have done, how they have planned, everything he will reveal.
Okay.
So all these Bannus and Shivas and the Vodais will be caught immediately. And they will also be subjected to this test. They will also come out with some more clues.
Okay.
And the real culprit will be arrested. That is a good use only.
Yeah. అంటే లై డిటెక్టర్ యూజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు కూడా ఎంత కొంత నిజాన్ని హైడ్ చేసే క్యాపబిలిటీ ఉండొచ్చు కల్ప్రిట్ కి అని, బట్ ఈ ట్రూత్ డ్రగ్ లో కూడా ఉంటుంది.
Truth drug
లేదు, చెప్పాల్సిందే.
There is a lot of science involved in it.
Okay.
It changes your thought pattern.
Okay.
Which is called cerebration.
Okay.
Which is in the central nervous system.
Okay.
So once మీ thought pattern మారిపోతుంది. Chemistry of the body is changed. Chemistry of the brain is changed.
Okay.
Your thought pattern is changed.
Okay.
So you will come out with everything because of this nature of this drug strychnine, which is again taken from the herbal products only.
Okay. Okay. Herbal products only.
Yeah. All drugs are manufactured through plants and trees only.
Okay.
Now synthetic drugs are coming, but still roots are there in the plants. You have to take out the chemicals, no? From where you will take out the chemicals from the plants?
సో మీరు ఇందాక చెప్పినట్టుగా డిస్కవర్ చేసింది ఒక ప్రొఫెషనల్ యూజ్, మెడికల్ యూజ్ కైనా కూడా అది మళ్ళీ కావాలనిపించింది అని. మేనో లైక్ దీని మీద ఏమైనా అవగాహన ఉందా సార్? అంటే ఎవరు దీన్ని ఇలా స్టార్ట్ చేశారు, ఇన్ బ్యాడ్ వే యూజ్ చేయటం, ఎక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అయింది దాని గురించి?
Started everywhere.
Okay.
Started everywhere.
Automatically.
And if you go to the root cause, because I am always fond of the root cause, it is there for the last 5,000 years.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the present day world,
Yeah.
you see so many long faces, sad faces,
True.
dragging life. They are not enjoying life. They don't find the ecstasy, joy, or the excitement, or the enthusiasm, which should be seen in a normal person. He need not be abnormal.
Right.
It can be seen in a normal person.
Okay.
When they are dragging life, there must be some cause.
Okay.
If you are with a long and sad face, there must be some reason behind it. So how long you will live with it? You want to come out of it.
Yeah.
So the mind will create a lot of anxieties, worries, tensions, everything inside your mind.
Yeah.
How to get out of it means they will choose an alternative, which is a narcotic substance, a drug. Normally LSD is the most popular one to take you out of this world.
Okay.
That's why the people who use drugs, they call it as a trip or a trance. They will take you into a hallucinatory world where everything looks so beautiful, so real. Everything is real. You can see everything pinpointedly. If you listen to music, you can pinpoint each and every instrument, which a normal person cannot do.
Okay. So చాలా షార్ప్ గా పనిచేస్తుంది ఆ బ్రెయిన్.
Everything, all the centers in the brain will be opened up, and if you look at the trees, they will look absolutely green, and world looks so beautiful. In that hallucination, he will be carried away. He is away from the real world. He is an artificial hallucination, giving him a sort of experience like enlightenment, artificial enlightenment for a temporary period. So that's where the people get hooked up. These people who are dragging life, they become the victims with long, sad and sorrow faces. And as I told you before in the previous interview, food, hunger, thirst and sex are the essential needs of life. If they are not fulfilled, needs have to be fulfilled.
Right,
then a person becomes a pervert.
Yeah.
And also love is the nourishment to the soul.
Yeah.
If it is lacking, it is as good as the essential needs.
Right.
Say if the parents are not taking care of the children, if they are busy in their entrepreneurial activities or in their employment, there are so many workaholics. Right. Instead of working for 24 hours, instead of working for 4 hours or 6 hours a day, completing their job successfully, these workaholics work for 20 hours a day. And they ignore the children also.
Yeah.
When there is no love, that is a nourishment to the child, he will seek a dependence on drugs.
Okay.
That is happening everywhere. And in fact, love is a cure for all. We will come to it later. And also there are some people who are rich and affluent. All the drugs are costly nowadays. The drugs that are manufactured are very costly. So normally rich and affluent people will be mad after them. There are some people who want to explore more and more. If they have enjoyed something, they want to see the peaks of enjoyment. These are all rich man's kids. Recently, people are caught in a pub in Hyderabad. I don't want to name anyone. Some children of celebrities are there. 150 people are caught in a pub in Hyderabad recently. And also one person in Goa. He's an unemployed youth along with his group of friends and all. Has consumed overdose of drugs. One is called Ecstasy. This Ecstasy is famous in Goa. It is in fact transferred or transmitted or carried to all parts of the country. Where if someone takes that pill and goes to a pub, he keeps on dancing throughout the night. And similarly, LSD. If you are in despair, sad, if someone takes this LSD, which is very famous throughout the world, it is available in liquid form, capsule form, powder. So it will create a nightmare. So if you are in a state of well-being, if you take that LSD, it will give you a state of artificial enlightenment for a temporary period. That's where people get hooked up. Everything looks so real, everything looks so beautiful. They don't think that it is a hallucination. The inner chemistry of the body has changed.
Real world.
Mind has changed. Your thought pattern has changed. And some people take cocaine. These strange characteristics, you start loving people. Everyone seems to be so good. Everyone seems to be so loving. And you are also full of love. And he will go on sharing love only. Love in the sense, he goes on hugging people, kissing people, and seeing the best out of them. These are the things that make them hooked up. So these three categories naturally get addicted or hooked up to these psychedelic substances, or psychotropic substances, or narcotics, or drugs, by whatever name you call. But the root cause is spirituality.
So a period ఎంతసేపు ఉంటుంది sir? So called that pleasant, exciting, lovable, a feeling ఎంతసేపు ఉంటుంది?
Yeah, I'll come to that only. The root cause is spirituality. Whether one is aware of it or not, the root cause is that he wants to escape from this mundane world. The world which is he's seeing around is full of sadness, sorrow, difficulty, anxiety, tension, pressure. For a while he is out of all this mundane world. He will not think about what to do tomorrow for his business or employment or any other activity. So he will be taken into a different world through hallucinatory experience, and he will find it so exciting. Everything looks so good, while in the normal state everything is looking so bad. And it depends on the drug. How long the duration of the effect of the drug on a person is means it depends on the drug. So usually it will have an effect of 4 to 5 hours, and the next day also you will find the after effect. He will feel totally exhausted. Suddenly will come from heaven to a normal world. Again, which is looking sad. Again, which is looking normal. It's not something exciting. And then everything is normal, not up to the mark. So again, he will go for it. That's where people get hooked up or addicted. Duration is normally for 4 hours, as far as I know. The after effect will be again for 24 hours, where he will be totally exhausted.
So usually drugs కానీ ఓవర్ ఆల్కహాల్ తీసుకుంటున్నప్పుడు కానీ ఇవన్నీ కూడా డార్క్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ సొసైటీ అంటూ ఉంటారు. అండ్ నాకు అనిపిస్తుంటుంది లైక్ వాళ్ళ చుట్టూ ఎక్కువ గ్లూమీనెస్, డార్క్నెస్ కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. సో అంటే ఇది ఓవర్ యూసేజ్ అవుతున్న కొద్దీ ఇప్పుడు ఏదైతే ప్లెజెంట్ ఫీల్ అవుతున్నారో అదే క్రమక్రమంగా ఇంకా డార్క్నెస్ని వాళ్ళ లైఫ్లోకి తీసుకొస్తున్నట్టేనా?
క్రమక్రమంగా డార్క్నెస్కి తీసుకెళ్తున్నట్టే,
ఇంకా ఉన్న డార్క్నెస్ని ఇంకా పెంచుకుంటూ
తెలియకుండా అన్అవేర్నెస్తో తీసుకెళ్తున్నట్టే. See, one starts using drugs. Today a small dose is enough. After 1 week or 10 days of continuous use, dose has to be increased. The body will become immune. The body will find it normal. He wants some more dose. The dose goes on increasing. A time comes when the body is totally full of addiction towards the drugs. Unless the drug is there, he cannot survive. His primary focus will be on to acquire drugs. He will be away from the family members. He will be away from everyone. His only focus will be on to get drugs and have them and have this experience. Once this peaks of experience comes down, the dosage of drugs increases. That affects the body totally. They are spoiling their health. They are spoiling their mental abilities, and also they are socially ostracized from the society. So if you see a drug addict, normally people say he's a drug addict, we will not be in touch with him. Still they're able to totally be away from all these ideas. And his focus is on acquiring drugs and having them. That much influence they have on the body. The entire chemistry is changed. Naturally, all the nerves will be, as I said, for all these drugs, the base is opium. Opium is the chemical where a person gets affected, addicted, hooked immediately. If he takes 5 or 6 times in a day for 1 week or 10 days, he will become addicted. Similarly, heroin, if someone takes 2 or 3 times,
only 6 days lo addict అయిపోతారా? Okay.
Heroin or brown sugar under. Brown sugar is not refined. If a person takes it 2 or 3 times, he will get hooked up. So these drug peddlers, they have the hubs in colleges. Most of the colleges and universities are the hubs for these drugs. Because youth will be tempted towards exploring more and more enjoyment. If you are having enough money, you want to explore more. If you are not showered with enough love, you will seek dependence on it. If a person who is a teenager or in 20s, if he doesn't have a good lover, he wants a girlfriend, again he seeks dependence on this. And love is cure for all this. If parental love is there right from the beginning of the childhood, and fortunately if both the parents survive until he becomes an adult guy or matured girl, normally these people who are showered with love, normally majority, they don't opt for drugs. Because they are having enough love, all essential needs are met with. Why they want more? Already they are enjoying the real life. For them, meditation is the best option. It also takes them to the same type of ecstasy. But nobody is ready to close the eyes and sit for half an hour. If you ask someone to look at a watch for 5 minutes, 5,000 thoughts will come. 1 minute, if you look at a watch for 1 minute, saying that seconds, what do you call this, harm. So in 60 seconds, he will get 100 thoughts. So all this will be bypassed. Whenever mind is transcended, whenever mind is dropped, whenever mind is bypassed, he will be in ecstasy. He will be in ecstasy. For that ecstasy, he is finding it. In love also, you can find it. And your ego will be dropped. If you are loving someone, you cannot say, I am so great and all. I have to bow down. Your ego is dropped. You will feel the same ecstasy there also. Wherever love is lacking, the majority of the teenage people or adolescents, they become trapped for this. And people who are really leading a sad and sorrowful life, they also opt for it as an alternative. And also rich people who want enjoyment all the time. They want to explore more and more and see what next is there. And you are saying alcohol and drugs, you cannot compare both of them. See, if someone takes alcohol, his thought pattern will not be changed. Alcohol acts on the medulla oblongata. That is called the third part of the brain. So what it does to a human body is that all the involuntary functions of the body, whether you are how you are moving, walking, how you are walking, how your hand gestures are there, whether eye pupils are dilated or in a normal state, and how you are talking, all these things will be affected. And mind is relaxed. Mind is totally relaxed for a while, temporary period. And for that relaxation, for a while, a man takes alcohol. But these people who take drugs, it acts on the central nervous system. That is called cerebrum, which is the main important part of the brain. Your thought pattern is changed, and you are in a different world. A person who takes alcohol is here only, but his mind is relaxed, his body is relaxed. If he uses properly. And a person who takes drugs will be in a different hallucinatory world, giving him some sort of experience which appears to be real, which is not real. And he feels it is absolutely real. Then he wants that same experience. For those people who take drugs, alcohol will not have any effect on their body. The drugs only will be acting on the nervous system or the thought pattern or the cerebration of the central nervous system. So it is very easy to get entrapped with drugs than with alcohol. That's why alcohol is legal, drugs are illegal in most of the countries. And to share with you one more fact, recently about 3 years back, unable to do anything in USA, the government has allowed use of marijuana, which is called ganja in our Indian terminology. They call it marijuana for relaxation. There is one type of species in it that is allowed legally. You can't stop it.
అంటే అది ఎఫెక్ట్ చేయదే సార్ హెల్త్ పరంగా మెంటల్ గా హెల్త్?
If you use it in excess, anything will affect.
Yeah.
It depends on you how you use it. Many celebrities are using, we cannot name them, but they are not addicted. Recently, we have seen that in Mumbai, so many celebrities were investigated by this Narcotics Bureau of India, and they have some WhatsApp groups. Generally, they call it as a mall. And large
what sir?
mall.
Mall.
Mall haika.
No, right.
Mall haika means do you have drugs? So they call it with different names. Mall is the general word in the entire country.
అవునవును.
So lawyers have defined saying that mall means something which is related to a shop where I can find something.
Okay.
So even that evidence did not hold good. So they have escaped. They are using it. Everybody knows it as a fact. But they are using it very cleverly, intelligently, saying that they are not addicted.
Okay.
That is also there. People who are using intelligently are there. People who are using it out of unawareness and getting hooked up are there. Majority we will find up in hooked up cases or addicted cases. So if you shower love or people like Sanjay Dutt, you know Sanjay Dutt is a big drug addict. He has used almost all the drugs in the world. After his mother has passed away. That's why I say love is cure for many of these things. His father is the person who loves him so much. He has taken care of him. But he has become a drug addict at the time when Khalnaik movie was in. We have seen it. And his actual life is also like Khalnaik. He has been taken to USA for rehabilitation. And you know the cure for rehabilitation? You have to give a powerful drug to make that person
normal.
Stays in the hospital. At least he should stay in the hospital for further medication.
Okay.
How you will make him stay in the hospital? You have to give him a drug which is more powerful than what he has used, so that he will be there. Naturally, slowly, they will bring down the doses. Simply teaching him or preaching him or educating him, saying that this is not the way of life you are leading. There is a much better life to do. You are just getting hooked up. If his mother is there, I feel Sanjay Dutt would not have become a drug addict. And he has come out. He has realized what has happened to him. And has come out with flying colors. After coming out, has come out with an 8-pack body. People who use drugs, the body will become like a skeleton. They don't even eat food. Their whole focus is on taking drugs. There are few people who have come out exceedingly well. In Telugu also there are some stars, I don't want to name them. During their education in USA, they have become drug addicts. Only to divert them from drug addiction, they have been brought into film industry. Because you know pretty well, very glamorous girls like you will be there in the film industry. So attention will be diverted. That is one thing. And like Sunil Dutt showering love on Sanjay Dutt, if that is there, definitely change will come. So whenever you shower love, there is a lot of possibility for the drug addict to come out of it. Because it is not there, he is seeking an alternative there.
Okay. అంటే రీహాబిటేషన్ సెంటర్లో ఎలాంటి డ్రగ్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు సార్?
వీళ్ళు వాడే కొకైన్, హెరాయిన్, LSD, మ్యాండ్రాక్స్
అదే యూజ్ చేస్తారు.
ఇటుకన్నా పవర్ఫుల్ యూజ్ చేయాలి.
వాటికన్నా పవర్ఫుల్.
Otherwise he won't stay there. See, his body is not in his control. The internal chemistry of the body has totally changed. Unless he is given that drug, he will not be there. For that, opium is this base.
Okay.
Through opium only, through this marijuana, which are the dried leaves of bhang. Bhang leaves, you know, they are used in UP and Bihar. Almost every person uses it. Out of when they
అంటే మన ఫెస్టివల్
exactly during Holi, many people use it. Dried leaves, that is called marijuana or ganja, which contains opium.
Okay.
And when opium is taken out from these plants, and if they are subjected to some chemical reaction in laboratories, even in Hyderabad, some chemical laboratories are there. Whenever they don't have business, they manufacture drugs and sell them. You can't stop peddling of drugs, trafficking of drugs.
Okay.
Prohibition utterly
There are
fails.
many ways.
There are many ways. Whatever prohibition you put, no, they will find out another way how to put them in drug trafficking.
Okay.
And see, recently we have seen they have found a new route from South Africa where drugs are being caught in some airports. In spite of the best security, crores of drugs are being trafficking throughout the world. We can't stop it.
Okay.
Through prohibition utterly fails.
Hi, please subscribe to Rainbow TV.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం, నేను లిప్సిక.
Please do not forget to subscribe to Rainbow TV for some amazing content. Likes and comments kuda asal marchipodu. Thank you.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. దిస్ ఇస్ సింగర్ శ్రీలలిత. మరిన్ని ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ వీడియోస్ కోసం ప్లీజ్ టు సబ్స్క్రైబ్ టు రైన్బో టీవీ ఛానల్.
Please like, share and subscribe to Rainbow TV.